Uh, Today I want to go over the story of how I went to high school with a neo-Nazi. Now, I don't mean like how the modern conservative movement is basically just a new Nazi party. I mean like this kid would draw swastikas. Like he was a Nazi. So it started out with us being in the same math class, and I would sit near him with some of my other friends, and he was kind of like funny at first. Like he just had a few silly opinions that like I thought was a joke at first. I think the first one that was kind of like uh, was when he said that I think it was something like anyone who likes anime should die, which like I thought, hey, he's just being a little bit silly, uh, being over exaggeratory, like it's just being hyperbolic basically. Didn't think much of it. But then he started saying like some more wild stuff. Like one really wild opinion he had was there should be like a zoo, but like the exhibits were like different humans with mental disorders, like an autism zoo. It was a insane thing. So that was I think the first sign where I was like, okay, yeah, that's not okay. It's not a good opinion to have. Why would you like an autism zoo is crazy. I'll call him Ronald. I think that's a good alias for him. Ronald the McDonald. But yeah, he was wild. Like he would complain about not getting laid. So he was an incel. He would talk about uh, basically a lot of like the Andrew Tate like opinions, which this was before the election because I was I think a junior in high school. So that would have been 2 years ago, maybe three. I don't want to do the math right now. I am 19 right now, so you can do the math if you want. I don't care. So he'd just complain about not getting laid and how women didn't want him and he had to like lie about who he was to try. It was weird. And he like made a drawing of him basically saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this robot lady that I can have sex with," and I was like, "Okay, buddy, I don't care." And then there was also one time he drew a swastika out of penises, like it was a swastika that was drawn with like each little point being like a penis, and he showed that to me in class, and I was like, "Why would you do that?" I did not like this kid, and I made it very clear. I did not like him. I'd say that to his face, and he kept like coming up to me and saying this wild stuff. It was it was insane. He liked Kanye West, which was like around the time where he was, a Nazi. I remember one time it was after school. I was about to leave, and I was with one of my friends, and we ran into a different one of my friends. And then Ron walked up and was like, "Hey, have you listened to this song?" And just put his headphones on one of my friends. And then it was a Kanye West song. And he was like, "Yeah, I've heard of this. I don't listen to Kanye anymore because he's a Nazi." And I said, "Yeah, that's valid." And then Ron said, "What? No." I don't know. That kid was a freak. He'd talk about his BBC, which I don't believe. He had like incredibly small penis energy, so I don't believe that at all. And I think he even showed it to one of my friends. Like he like showed a picture, which is he's a freak, honestly. So I'd do what I can. I'd say, I don't like you, leave me alone. I was very upfront about my disdain for this kid. Nobody really liked him. Like, which, like, it's a little sad, but also, you're a Nazi incel. What? No one's gonna like you. And one day he made something called his op tier list, where he made like a tier list of all of his enemies. And I'm proud to say I was number one on that list. I was his number one hater. But hey, I'm consistent. I don't like Nazis. So do with that what you will. It was it was weird. Weird kid. I don't know why he kept trying to talk to me. But he'd just walk up to me and start talking and I'd be like, "No, I don't care." And this is the wildest thing. One I was in I think my English class and I was unluckily sat like next to him and the kid I don't know. I you know, say I don't want anything to do with him, be rude, things like that. He said like directly to two of my friends in front of me. He said like he basically asked for help killing me. Like he literally asked for help killing me in front of me to two of my friends. And they said no. I thought about reporting it to the school because he's threatening to kill me, but I didn't have any hard evidence. And I knew if I reported this to the school without any evidence, like what are they going to do? They're going to talk to him? They're not going to do anything if they don't have any proof. And what? They talk to him, makes things worse. He actually tries to do something. I decided, no way. I'm not going to take that risk. And I didn't. I just started avoiding him from then on. Like previously, I'd just been kind of rude towards him because, again, Nazi. But I started avoiding him. I'd see him go a different way, take the long way, things like that. And it worked. I didn't really talk to him that much beyond that. He was a weirdo. Yeah, it was interesting. I still think about him because he had some of the weirdest opinions. I think I've done a good job of explaining most of them, but yeah, he'd go around showing people like inappropriate drawings he made in class. Like why? Why would you do that? Oh, wait, I just remembered another thing. I was about to end the video. We had one assignment in a class where we were writing about what our favorite song is. And his choice was the epic rap battle that had Hitler in it. I'm not joking. Basically, I was doing my assignment and he asked, "Hey, what song are you doing it on?" And I told him, and then he basically went to start writing about the song I picked, and I was like, "No, dude, just pick a song you like. Don't copy my song. That's weird." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he picked the epic rap battle with Hitler. Who does that? That is that is an insane song to have as your favorite. I don't really listen to epic rap battle. I don't. It's not my thing. So I've never seen that video. But like that's freaky. Like what a wild person. This was all before the election, so I have no idea how much worse he would have gotten during the election, because by then I'd graduated, so I'll never know. But Ron, if you're out there, go get some help. I hope you're not the same person. That is incomprehensibly stupid. But yeah, see you guys. Bye bye.